Welcome back to Tea with Frankie. Today we're going to do the Starving Artist Guide to Zero Waste. How to begin your zero waste journey when you don't have a lot of extra money to throw around. This is my style because I don't have a lot of extra funds. I'm an independent filmmaker, which basically means I'm broke. This is a great way to begin living a zero waste and eco-friendly lifestyle. If you're just starting your zero waste journey or you're just looking to have less waste in your life in general, this is an excellent place to begin. The top 3 polluters in terms of packaging in this country are plastic bags, water bottles, and coffee cups. None of these things will break down in your lifetime. They will not break down for many generations. They're the easiest things to switch out from, and they're gonna have the greatest impact on the planet in a really positive way. So, how do you do that without spending a bunch of money? It's pretty simple. The first thing you wanna do is get a jar. Jars are your new best friends. I often will just save my peanut butter jars or pasta jars, like anything that you're using in your household already that you're already eating. Dig through your recycling bin, find something with a good lid, and you're good to go. This is an excellent little water jar. This is great for tea, this is great for all kinds of things. However, if you're gonna be doing a lot of really hot stuff like Americanos, if you're looking to have really hot teas, I would highly recommend that you reuse an old canning jar. This I found at a thrift store for 25 cents, but sometimes you have friends or family that really love canning and they have lots of extra jars. So the ball canning jars are awesome because they can withstand really, really high heat temperatures, and they won't crack, they won't break, and they're fantastic. They also are really sturdy. I have dropped this a number of times and it hasn't broken. I will not lie to you, I have broken plenty of jars in my lifetime, but this is fantastic. I highly recommend the ball, especially because you can get either new canning lids or just old ones. You don't need to have a new one, but you can reuse an old lid from a jam jar or whatever, the ball ones, and those will seal in whatever liquid you're drinking. And I will show you right now. Some tea. I made it a while ago. It's not particularly hot. So I have my tea in here. I put my lid on. And we're good to go. No problem, no spillage, nothing. Which if you're like me and you carry a laptop with you everywhere, you're gonna wanna be friends with the jar that has the sealable canning lid. Fantastic. It doesn't have to cost you anything if you happen to have some in your house. If you don't have any, then it can just cost you a couple cents at the thrift store. Coffee shops. Are you nervous about taking in your coffee jar? You shouldn't be. Every coffee shop I've ever gone to has been really kind. Every coffee shop has not blinked an eye when I've walked in with a jar. The best part is they often think these are smalls, but they're actually 16 ounces, and so they'll usually only charge you for a small. And sometimes they'll give you a discount, which is even nicer. Definitely use this for your coffee, use this for your tea, and use it for your water bottle. That's the other thing. Oftentimes I'm traveling. I travel up to New York City all the time, and I will just fill this up with water and away I go. And I know that it's not gonna spill all over the place. I know it's gonna be fine. I also know that it's sealed here with the lid, so I know that I'm not having the part where I'm drinking from, like touching all kinds of gross stuff in New York City, like the subways, when you're touching the subways and bloody blah. I just find it awesome. So this jar takes away 2 items, both your water bottle and your coffee cup. If you need to have water and coffee at the same time, 2 jars. Boom, you're done. Number 2. Plastic bags are not your friend. The plastic bags that they give you at the grocery store, the plastic bags for produce, plastic bags for when you're going shopping, just in general, buying anything, a plastic bag is handed to you. Start to say no. Refuse. That is the key. The beginning of zero waste is to refuse. Refuse the plastic bags. Say no. And you know what? They'll stop making them. They'll be angry about it because the oil industry really wants you to consume as much oil as possible, so they make as much money as possible, and plastic bags are made out of oil. Did you know that? So make friends with a canvas bag. You can probably get this for really cheap. I found them at thrift stores for super, super cheap, like under $1. But you can also support a local shop that you really like to shop at, and they will often have tote bags with their branding on it. You can also make your own. So there's all kinds of ways to find tote bags without having to spend a bunch of money. Thrift stores are your number one place, but this is one that I made when we started our zero waste journey in film. Austin and I own our own film production company called Born Lucky Studios, and we make our films without creating any trash. So we're starting the zero waste film movement, which is the idea to make art, not trash. We work really, really hard to not generate any trash for the landfill on set. And I will, in future videos, discuss how we do that, how we accomplish that. We went from making 8 to 10 to 20 bags of garbage a day to making 4 ounces over the course of 5 months. So it is not always easy, but it is doable. And I think that we all have to be leaders in our own actions. So, tote bag, make it your friend. This is really important. Take with you to the grocery store. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, just find one anywhere you can. I know it's hard to remember. I know that. But you'll discover as you practice this and you realize like why it matters, which is that the plastic bag you're taking from the grocery store tomorrow will not break down in multiple generations. So if you have kids, their grandkids, it still won't be broken down for. Get yourself a cheap canvas bag that you like the weight of, that you don't mind throwing into your bag or your backpack, that you like the handle on. All the things have to work for you. If you're going to use it, it has to work for you. And then the last thing is a kitchen towel. A kitchen towel can be useful for the smaller items that you need to carry that you don't want to use a plastic bag for. You often go to the grocery store and you'll have those little bags for produce. I'm not talking about getting grains or beans or anything like this, because I think this is more down the line when you have a better understanding of how to do the Japanese art of wrapping furoshiki. For your basics like apples or bananas or potatoes or whatever, you don't want to throw them into a plastic bag because, again, it's still not going to break down. What do? Well, you could take a kitchen towel with you. So you're at the grocery store and you don't want to use a plastic bag and you're not yet comfortable just throwing your produce into your cart, which is what I do because I'm going to wash it at home anyway. It's fine. But you're not ready to do that yet, and that's okay. This is a lifestyle and it takes time to get used to it. It takes time to change habits. It just takes time. You have to be patient with yourself. If there's one thing I can recommend as you look to travel towards a zero waste life, as you look to change your lifestyle in general, for any reason, is be patient and be kind with yourself. This is a long process. I started this in 2015. It is 2019. I am still not perfect at it. But you know what? I've made a big change and I'm really proud of myself, and I continue to move forward to make more changes. You're at the grocery store and you have potatoes and you want to wrap them up, but you don't want to use a plastic bag. You happen to have your handy kitchen towel with you. So you take the 2 corners and you put them in a knot. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? And then you take this corner, the other 2 opposite corners, and you tie that in a knot. Regular knot. Then go the opposite way. So if the first time you did a knot, you just right over top, go around and do it again. It's a really nice knot that holds it tight, and boom, you have your potatoes. If you happen to know the weight of your towel, then when you go to check it out, you can say these are my potatoes, and the tear of this is 0.05 or whatever it is. All you have to do is when you walk into the grocery store is have them weigh it, and they'll tell you what the weight is, and then you can have them take that tear off when you're weighing the potatoes on your way out. Bagels, bread, apples, anything that really is large and bulky, you can throw in a towel and wrap it up, and boom, there you go. You're not using a plastic bag. These are also handy to have around in case you run to the coffee shop and you decide to get a croissant or a bagel or something like that, and you can just wrap up your food right into it. You're good to go. You're not getting the little plastic pastry bag that they sometimes give. It's also handy as a napkin. It's also handy as a handkerchief. You probably don't want to use it as a handkerchief and then fill it up with potatoes. But look, I'm not here to judge you. You do whatever you want. So I'm going to do it one more time just so you can see. Put whatever you're purchasing in the center. Grab your 2 opposite ends. Tie it in a knot. Just once is fine to start. Then tie it in another knot. And then remember, this time you're going the opposite way. You're going over your hand and under. Boom. And there you go. You have a little bag full of your produce, and you didn't use a plastic bag, and you didn't trash the planet for it, and that's awesome. You get a gold star. But seriously, look at this. This is so easy. I'm gonna drink some more tea. You can use one item you either already own or can reuse from eating a lot of peanut butter like I do. That stops adding trash to the landfill. That stops ending up in the ocean. We're not just talking about the paper cup that is lined with plastic that won't biodegrade. We're also talking about the plastic lid that's on top that also won't biodegrade. And if you're getting coffee more than 1 time a day, maybe you're buying it twice a day, the because you're working hard and you deserve to have something lovely and warm and cozy for the winter, or cool and refreshing in the summer. You get to still do all that. You just get to take care of the planet while you do it. You do these things every day. You make these changes, you take this action, and you are a leader among your friends. You watch the change that they go under once they see you do it. Be a leader. You can do it. 3 items, so easy. You don't have to add to the landfill anymore. You don't have to be part of the problem, trashing the planet, trashing the oceans. You get to be part of the solution. And through your choices, your everyday actions, you will see change. As I move forward, I want to do a bunch of zero waste swaps. Simple things that you can swap out of your everyday life for a more environmentally friendly, sustainable lifestyle choice. And what you'll discover, the more changes you make, is how much money you're saving. This is awesome. As a frugal person, as an artist who doesn't have a lot of money, zero waste has saved my life. I have saved so much money in the last few years since I made these switches that has allowed me to continue to work towards my art and towards my goals of being an author and to make our feature film this year, which is our plan, and to live as clean and environmentally friendly as possible. So I feel good about myself, I feel good about my actions, I feel good about the change that we're making, and I think you can too. So thanks for stopping by to Tea with Frankie. Enjoy your amazing new zero waste life.